Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, July 30th, at 4:03 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 679 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Hong Kong crowd booing China's anthem sparks police probe. Colombia coastal city crowded with African, Haitian migrants. Philippine leader recalls decision to void U.S. security pact. Georgia man, 19, dead after Applebee's fight, was All-American with heart of gold, family says. Shame on Fox News, MyPillow pulling ads from network over rejected election fraud commercial. Texas governor threatens fines for local officials who enforce mask mandates. Republican Trump critics rake in campaign funds. Green Beret dies at Special Forces Dive School in Key West. McConnell urges public support for cinema and private conversations. The war has changed. Internal CDC document warns Delta infections likely more severe. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Confirmed tornado leaves path of destruction near Neshaminy Mall in Bensalem, Pennsylvania, WPVI-TV. Simone Biles, plagued by twisties, says mind and body not in sync at Olympics, ESPN. Nanjing, new China virus outbreak worst after Wuhan, says state media, BBC News. 2021 NBA Draft Trade Tracker, Lakers pull off blockbuster deal for Russell Westbrook, Cavs add Ricky Rubio, CBS Sports. Bruno Mars and Anderson .Pac share new Silk Sonic songskate, listen, Stereogam. Dodgers deal for Max Scherzer, Trey Turner makes repeat more possible, Sherman, New York Post. Diddy, Chinese ride-hailing giant denies plans to go private, BBC News. Pentagon call COVID-19 a threat to national security, ways making vaccinations a requirement, Fox News. $380 AMD Radeon RX 6600 XT GPU specs, release date, die size, and performance, Gamers Nexus. New alarms over the Delta variant as LA's coronavirus surge worsens, Los Angeles Times. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. MyPillow guy pulls millions in ads from Fox News and spat over conspiracy theories. Georgia Republicans make move toward Fulton County election takeover. Carl Levin, Michigan's longest-serving senator, has died. The U.S. Capitol mostly has statues of men. A new bill proposes adding 2 trailblazing women. Britney Spears' doctors support removing her dad as conservator, court doc says. The internet favorite elderly pet dies at 34. The Democratic establishment is going all out to beat Nina Turner. Rap Island Omar's new guaranteed income bill would send $1,200 more to most Americans. Lenny Kravitz jokes he's ready to star in Magic Mike 3, fans react predictably. Navy charges sailor with setting fire at destroyed warship. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Father says police not giving answers about death. Chaotic pop-up block parties disrupt neighborhood. At least 4 tornadoes confirmed. For sale, Dallas mansion with no bedrooms. Family creates private school for homeschoolers. Family of boy thrown from balcony sues mall. Video shows road rage suspect follow victim. Toledoans donate bodies for education. From homeless to hopeful, this artist says 2020 was a blessing. Man allegedly broke family pet's leg. Broomstick. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. CDC internal report calls Delta variant as contagious as chickenpox. Fourth suicide at the vessel leads to calls for higher barriers. How COVID became a red state crisis. What's ripping American families apart? Review, the pursuit of love against all odds. My sister owes me a lot of money, how do I get her to pay? Ben & Jerry's founders on the company's Israel policy. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Fauci, top scientist called to brief House committees, phone call questioned. Newness, Pelosi has managed to burn down Congress, calls out state infrastructure spending discrepancies. Media turning out the lights on Facebook's infringement of free speech, Senator Ted Cruz. Republicans push back against Nancy Pelosi's mask-wearing orders, she has gone totally nuts. Dave Rubin fires back at Twitter for locking account on harmful COVID tweet, they're coming for everybody. In Graham, Biden seeks masks and mandates forever, as WH poised to guide the science wherever they need. Runaway Texas Democrats and D.C. get pep talks from Stacey Abrams, the Clintons. Math teacher recalls being barred from school building after decrying NYC school's indoctrination. Pentagon calls COVID-19 a threat to national security, ways making vaccinations a requirement. Tucker Carlson, COVID has been good to Democrats, it got them to the White House. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, July 30th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Americans letting gift cards go to waste. Woman found beheaded on sidewalk in Minnesota City, 42-year-old man arrested. Many who filed federal tax returns on time or early still don't have refunds, what's the holdup? Eviction moratorium update, with CDC extension unlikely, what will happen to renters? It explores things we don't talk about often, Zakiya Delilah Harrison novel The Other Black Girl. For sale, Dallas mansion with no bedrooms for nearly $1 million. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Paul Thomas on, the return of cruises. Doctor Who boss is hoping to cast actor of color as Jodie Whittaker's replacement. World's best female snooker player prepares to play her ex on TV after taking him to court. The devastating price of COVID lockdowns, specter of ghost shopping malls haunts Britain. Tokyo skyline has been on the BBC's Olympics coverage, but the teams are in Salford. Home Office held 56 migrants in crammed and unfit room in Dover, MPs say. Test and trace worker knocked on model's door to check she was isolating, then sends her flirty text. Delta variant could be bigger danger for pregnant women, scientists warn. More than 50 Tory MPs prepare to vote against misguided COVID passports. 3 people are killed as 17 wildfires rage across southern Turkey. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Activists allege Myanmar leaders are weaponizing COVID-19. China flooding brought fear, then washed away livelihoods. The pandemic leads to another summer of anger. New Zealand moved to outlaw LGBTQ conversion therapy. Rights groups warn assault on women on the rise in Pakistan. Japan to widen virus emergency after record spike amid games. North Korea began the summer in a food crisis, a heat wave and drought could make it worse. London's latest tourist attraction, a $3 million pile of mud, forced to close after just 2 days. Japan set to extend coronavirus state of emergency in Tokyo, casting shadow over Olympics. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Tokyo 2020 Olympics, BMX medal double for Team GB, more swimming gold for Australia, athletics blasts off, live. Coronavirus live news, Philippines locks down 13 million inches. Manila, Japan to expand state of emergency. Samsung Galaxy Book Pro 360 review, flexible laptop with beautiful old screen. Beijing warns of countermeasures as Royal Navy sails South China Sea. Russell Westbrook set to join LeBron James and blockbuster trade to LA Lakers. How we all got hooked on caffeine. Guillaume Cesar's late strike lifts U.S. over Qatar into record 12th Gold Cup final. Sheila Jackson Lee is third black lawmaker to be arrested during voting rights protests. Detroit Pistons tab Cade Cunningham with no 1 overall pick in NBA draft. 1 in 5 flight attendants endured a physical incident as union demands action. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Watch, footage shows buildings destroyed after tornado reported near Philadelphia. XN, Levin, Michigan's longest-serving senator, has died. Florida virus cases soar, hospitals near last summer's peak. Navy sailor charged with setting blaze that destroyed billion-dollar ship last year. Wisconsin storms bring 3 tornadoes, 1 man dies in crash. Alaska quake produces prolonged shaking, prompts tsunami warning. Biden calls on Congress to act on expiring eviction ban. Pilot reports possible jetpack man near Los Angeles. Biden encourages vaccine incentives, announces requirements for federal workers. Nikola founder Trevor Milton hit with securities fraud charges. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Nanjing, new China virus outbreak worst after Wuhan, says state media. Russian module mishap destabilizes International Space Station. Diddy, Chinese ride-hailing giant denies plans to go private. Olympics, the hidden site of Tokyo's homeless. COVID in Sydney, military deploy to help enforce lockdown. U.S. sailor charged over massive USS Bonhomme warship blaze in 2020. Coronavirus, Israel to give third jab to people aged over 60. Dressage, how to make a horse dance. My bakery lets you take a bite out of celebrities. Africa's Week in Pictures, July 23 to 29, 2021. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. You're vulnerable, Delta variant substantially more contagious than other variants, CDC presentation warns. Going to be pretty hot, heat wave, lightning could spark new wildfires in Pacific Northwest, California. Tenant anguish as U.S. eviction moratorium expires. Livelihoods washed away in China flooding. After mudslide, narcos help priest build new town. In 1972, Melvin McNair helped hijack a plane to join Black Panthers in Algeria. I am at peace with what I did. An American tragedy, Biden offers incentives, mandates to get 90 million holdouts to vaccinate. COVID-19 updates. LaPorte, Texas, chemical plant leak leaves 2 dead and 30 hospitalized, officials say. Lior S. Sonali then talk new Netflix thriller, Hit and Run, Raz discusses rising American interest in Israeli films. U.S. Navy charges sailor with setting fire that destroyed USS Bonhomme Richard last July. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. New alarms over the Delta variant as LA's coronavirus surge worsens. Shasta County DA considers PG&E criminally liable for deadly Zug fire, no charges filed yet. Ojai boarding school strips former head's name from campus after sexual abuse report. Bacteria increase at beaches near Hyperion sewage discharge triggers a warning. LAUSD to require testing of students, staff regardless of vaccination status. Possible jetpack man in sight, lax air traffic control reports. NBA player Jackson Hayes arrested after altercation with officers, Los Angeles Police Department says. More than 40 structures burn and thousands more are threatened as Dixie Fire keeps growing. Southern California swimmer should beware of strong currents after Alaska earthquake. Black and Latino LA firefighters call for investigation of alleged racial bias, other wrongdoing. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, July 30th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Vietnam offers 10,000 tons of rice to Cuba. Fire breaks out at giant Tesla battery project. CDC document warns Delta variant appears to spread as easily as chickenpox and cause more severe infection. Gay conversion therapy to become criminal offense, Justice Minister Chris Fofoy announces. Phuket governor orders entire island sealed off. Pulitzer Prize-winning Reuters photojournalist Danish Siddiqui was not simply killed in a crossfire in Afghanistan, he was also not a collateral damage, but was brutally murdered by the Taliban after verifying his identity, Washington Examiner report. New Zealand introduces bill to outlaw LGBT conversion therapy. Legislation proposes up to 5 years in prison for practices intended to change a person's sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression. British military group, ship reportedly attacked off Oman. Israel is reluctant to regulate its spyware exports. Arms companies cannot keep track of every rifle and bullet they sell. Why should we have higher expectations when it comes to software? New Zealand to criminalize gay conversion therapy with a maximum of 5 years imprisonment facing those who cause serious harm. The amount of Greenland ice that melted on Tuesday could cover Florida in 2 inches of water. First group of evacuated Afghan interpreters to arrive in U.S. Hong Kong police investigate China national anthem booing at mall. Tiny San Marino, population 34,000, just won its first ever Olympic medal. The next headlines are from Forbes. Chicago Bulls take hometown product Ayo Dosunmu with 38th pick in 2021 NBA draft. With the Jalen Suggs surprise, a great night for the Orlando Magic. NBA draft, Brooklyn Nets add walking bucket in Cam Thomas, proven rebounder in Darren Sharp. NBA draft, Knicks getting toughness and an all-around player in Houston's Quentin Grimes. Health issues force Cleveland Indians manager Terry Francona to step away for remainder of season. NBA draft, Detroit Pistons number 1 pick Cade Cunningham shares life-changing moment with daughter Riley. Hear Angel Olsen's totally different take on Men Without Hats 1980s hit Safety Dance. Navy charges sailor with starting fire that destroyed assault ship Bonhomme Richard. NASCAR free agent profile, Ricky Stenhouse seeks contract extension with JTG Doherty. Hospitals in southern U.S. report record numbers of children hospitalized amid Delta surge, though deaths still extremely rare. The next headlines are from Nature.com. A blood marker predicts who gets breakthrough COVID. Daily Briefing, predicting breakthrough COVID. Fewer citations for female authors of medical research. Strange patterns could be the world's oldest animal fossil. Your blood teems with a unique set of stealthy ineliver uses. Novel bile acid biosynthetic pathways are enriched in the microbiome of centenarians. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,791,711,933 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Cineworld Group secures $200 million of additional liquidity via incremental loans. BBC Studios reveals median gender pay gap has widened by 2.2% despite efforts. This Sceptred Isle star Greta Bellamatina set to lead Italy UK feature call media exclusive. India-Pakistan spy thriller series Panthers set at Ronnie Screwval as RSVP, Blue Monkey Films exclusive. Emmy predictions, Variety sketch series, Can Black Lady sketch slay the SNL Goliath? Feds drop fake bomb threat charge against Silicon Valley star T.J. Miller. Matthew Loeb re-elected as IAT's president after year of turmoil. Staunch Fox News sponsor MyPillow seeks to pull ads in election fraud flap. Emmy predictions, Variety talk series, Trevor Noah and Conan both overdue but can either beat John Oliver? ZZ Top's Billy Gibbons on the waterworks coming and going after Dusty Hill's sudden death, and why band will go on. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. The Philippine president says long-standing security pact with the U.S. can continue. Former Senator Carl Levin dies at 87. The CDC says the Delta variant has changed the war against COVID-19. There's a psychology lesson behind why Olympic bronze medalists are so happy. Rep base downplays role of qualified immunity in stalled police reform bill. Olympics spoilers are frustrating, here's how you can avoid them. Parents are asking TikTok for access to the videos their kids are watching. The Navy accuses a sailor of starting one of its worst ship fires outside of combat. 7 things to look for as track and field begins at the Olympics. A tech firm has blocked some governments from using its spyware over misuse claims. The following headlines are from The Week. Mike Lindell says he's pulling MyPillow ads from Fox News after dispute over commercial. Internal CDC document outlines how the Delta variant has upended COVID-19 messaging. Former Michigan Senator Carl Levin dies at 87. Democratic Rep Sheila Jackson Lee arrested at voter rights protest. Watch Lady Gaga and Adam Driver in splashy first trailer for House of Gucci I. Disney issues scathing response to Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow I lawsuit. Biden unveils new vaccination rules for federal workers. COVID debates are more than just science versus misinformation. House Republicans escalate mask revolt by walking to Senate for a taste of freedom. Marco Rubio cell phones and tweet condemning U.S. Defense Secretary for embarrassing COVID theater. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Texas veterans' homes overseen by George P. Bush were often the deadliest places to be during COVID-19 pandemic. The next headlines are from Universe Today. The Event Horizon Telescope zooms in on another supermassive black hole. Strange intersecting sand dunes on Mars. Blue Origin offers a $2 billion discount to get back in the lunar lander game. Searching for dark matter inside the Earth. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, July 30th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Caroline Herschel Medal to honor women astronomers. Major 8.2 magnitude earthquake rocks Alaska. See the Milky Way in all its glory. Orion the Hunter returns late July or early August. The next news is from Politico. Struggling for balance, Europe surfs fourth coronavirus wave. Carl Levin, Michigan's longest-serving senator, dies at 87. Opinion Simone Biles and the new Black Power of No. Garland urges Abbott to undo executive order aimed at curbing migration. RNC builds army of field staffers to flip Virginia governor's race. White House tries to preempt criticism of vaccination or test policies. Biden rolls out aggressive plan to jumpstart vaccination. House Democrats pass earmark-packed $600 billion spending bundle. Republicans urge Gensler to investigate Chinese companies. Florida officials defy DeSantis as infections spike. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. NRL club bosses call for World Cup to be postponed. Tokyo Olympics live updates, gold for McKeon, bronze for Campbell, Matildas face Great Britain in quarters. Clarkson to receive $900,000 payout as he and Hawthorne part ways. Lockdown fatigue could limit spending, hurt economic recovery. Dockers assistant coach sidelined after breaching quarantine, player fined for walking dog. Queensland cop hit with 38 charges including drug supply, stealing, hacking. Queensland Health does not know how many staff are vaccinated. Australian News Live, CDC report says COVID-19 Delta variant is contagious as chickenpox, NSW records 170 new local cases. Fire breaks out at Tesla Big Battery, toxic smoke warning issued. Could FloJo's 100 world record from 1988 fall in Tokyo? The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Behold, a different kind of student debt cancellation. This government program cut poverty more than any other this year, and it's extremely unlikely to return anytime soon. Here's how much the 2021 NBA draft picks will earn on their rookie contracts. Therese Poletti's Tech Tales, Big Tech is headed for its biggest year yet, and it isn't even close. The Wall Street Journal, my below to pull ads from Fox News over dispute. Earnings results, Amazon stock falls 7% as pandemic sales boom appears to stall. Financial crime, Nikola electric truck prototypes were powered by hidden wall sockets, towed into position and rolled down hills, prosecutors say. Jalen Suggs' decision to pass on a football scholarship could end up making him millions. Remembering Ron Popeil, the visionary who helped America see the drama in shopping, and once tried to sell me a turkey fryer. Americans aren't cutting back on spending, even with rising inflation. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Allens advises on world-first ruling in favor of AI systems being named as inventors of patent, Mirage News. Why cannot our own creations also create? Artificial intelligence can be patent inventor, court finds, lawyerly. Slabat Lithium launches next-generation pallet jack series industrial lithium batteries for Endriders and Center Riders, WFMZ Allentown. Market to Market, July 2021, watching the pot TM, Stern, Kessler, Goldstein and Fox PLLC, JD Supra. The end of AT&T, IEEE Spectrum. Patent prescription, IEEE Spectrum. Delhi High Court ruling against AstraZeneca could spell trouble for pharma innovators. IM. Throwback Thursday, Ripon inventor Zobel helped advance the telephone, Ripon Commonwealth Press. Patent power, IEEE Spectrum. Organovo sues rival selling for bioprinting patent royalties, Bloomberg Law. The next headlines are from Quartz. Why fighting sexism in the workplace could help men too. Google will vet India's personal loan apps more harshly. It's a marathon and a sprint. Shake Shack's founder is countering vaccine hesitancy with vaccine confidence. Amazon service sales are about to eclipse its product sales. Scarlett Johansson is suing Disney for streaming Black Widow alongside its release in theaters. The UK economy is barreling toward normalcy. SpaceX just saved NASA $500 million with one rocket. What's causing the global chip shortage? New research on air pollution and Alzheimer's is a warning for Asia. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Germany's Constitutional Court ponders whether government users of zero-day surveillance malware have a duty to tell software developers about the flaws. Detroit skating rink horns in on Detroit PD's facial recognition gaffe racket, denies teen girl opportunity to skate. It's time we talk about getting rid of the bar exam, and here's why. Enough about FOSTA's unintended consequences, they were always intended. Superior Court dumps BS charges brought against New Jersey homeowner for her F-word Biden signs. Daily Deal, the JavaScript DOM game developer bundle. House Republicans introduce ridiculous, contradictory, unconstitutional package of 32 bills about Section 230 and content moderation. Exec that try to send critical reporters of dead pig blames the drinking culture at eBay. Oversight report says Commerce Department investigative unit went rogue, engaged in biased, retaliatory investigations. Senator Kennedy continues to push my buttons with his ridiculously dumb Don't Push My Buttons Act. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Tree Turner. Jonathan Kuminga. Gold Cup. Anthony Rizzo. Snapchat. Russell Westbrook. Terrence Clark. Mexico versus Canada. Amazon stock. Max Scherzer. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Beaten U.S. swimmer Murphy claims race probably not clean after Russian rival Rylov wins second Tokyo gold. Duterte won't scrap military pact with U.S. despite prior threats, Philippines defense minister says during Pentagon chief's visit. 10th camp for 400-plus homeless migrants erected in upscale Paris district in protest about dignified accommodation. At least 5 injured after rare and violent tornadoes tear through eastern Pennsylvania, photos and videos. Disney rebuffs Scarlett Johansson after she claims she was robbed of Black Widow streaming revenue in new lawsuit. We will do this again, U.S. learned no lesson from Afghan war as government swept failures under the rug, watchdog warns. Snap shut down, with 100,000 plus outages reported and frantic users scrambling to reboot app. Los Angeles School District mandates weekly COVID-19 tests for returning students and staff, regardless of vaccination status. Biden begs for extension of eviction moratorium as gigantic aid fund sits undistributed and housing market starts to woo a bull. 1 killed, several injured after car crashes into diners at outdoor cafe in Paris video. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Environmentalists take aim at UK's North Sea oil plan. Escobar, Requiem for an Empire, a prequel. How US and Russia nuclear arsenals evolved. California NIMBY hypocrites threaten Biden's green agenda. One shocking chart has Californians trembling with fear. Cruz, Biden's crazy-ass ideas will lead to GOP majority. Radioactive material disappears on route to Michigan. At least 12 million households face eviction as moratorium ends. Israel becomes first country in world to push third COVID shot for already vaccinated. Biden administration plans to keep troops in Syria indefinitely. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Food fears for displaced and locked down in Myanmar's Rakhine. Duterte restores Philippines' key military agreement with U.S. Hospitals in chaos as Fiji battles COVID-19 hail. 2 Koreas in talks to reopen joint office, hold summit, report. Attacks, land grabs leave Bangladesh's indigenous groups on edge. Hong Kong probes booing of China anthem at Olympic broadcast. First group of Afghan interpreters evacuated to the U.S., reports. UN warned of dire COVID situation in Myanmar. Guatemalan protesters demand resignation of President Jaya Madari. U.S. Attorney General tells Texas to overturn immigration order. The next headlines are from Breitbart. CNN's Lemon, time to blame selfish unvaccinated, cannot be allowed in offices, gyms, airplanes. Biden to allow border officials to rule on asylum claims, bypassing courts. GOP Rep Nunes, Pelosi has managed to completely burn down this institution. Omar, McCarthy, McConnell wanted to send a message, not allow rioters to win after January 6 riot. Omar, no path for bipartisan bill not moving simultaneously with the reconciliation bill. Republican staffers defy Pelosi, maskless beer pong, cigars in Capitol hallway. Hoyer, AOC has good point about racial composition of infrastructure negotiators. Squad member Rep Rashida Tlaib spotted maskless in D.C. Asa Hutchinson calls special session to mask Arkansas school children. Fact check, Biden claims hospitals could run out of beds due to coronavirus surge. The next headlines are from UPI News. Watch, police officer rescues raccoon with can stuck over its head in New York. Watch, Dutch driver uses truck to dunk tea bag into hot water. Woman wins $1 million lottery jackpot thanks to cancelled flight. Watch, pilots in Los Angeles warned after possible sighting of man wearing jetpack. Overdue book returned to Scottish Library after 53 years. Watch, California restaurant hires robot to offset worker shortage. Watch, TikTok star's 2.56-inch mouth gape earns Guinness World Record. Police respond to loose bison in Ohio Township. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Doritos gives 13-year-old girl $20,000 reward for discovering rare puffy chip, which the entrepreneur listed on eBay. Hydrogen is powering the Olympic Village, heat, electric, and lights that are a model of Japanese innovation. New Yale study suggests mammals might dream about the world before they are even born. Google Maps now shows how busy the subway cars are, so people can avoid pandemic crowds. One of the biggest myths about death is busted in new study. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, July 30th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Trial begins for BC man accused of breaking quarantine to go to Flat Earth conference. A corpse mistaken for a mannequin is put in the garbage by the police of Sherbrooke. Domino's disavows U.S. bloody pizza cutter spectacle on TNT. First responders in Sherbrooke, K, apologize after mistaking fire victim for mannequin. Mississippi man says going unvaccinated could cost you a limb. Fan petition calls for UGO to become an official Olympic sport. Mora molehill, visitors slam London's new tourist mound. Ron Popeil, inventor and ubiquitous infomercial pitchman, dies at 86. F-word, 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 Chinese Olympian endears fans with non-stop swearing. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Facebook is making glasses with Ray-Ban, but don't expect AR features. The Windows 11 beta is finally out, here's how to install it. Tesla's new update includes Disney Plus and I am sweating with joy. Improve your memory, concentration and more with 15 minutes per day with NeuroNation. Get a lifetime of unlimited online privacy and security for just $28. Harvard, Galileo Project, Aliens, here's what you need to know. What's BlackBerry Tech doing in EVs? Is Aurora's SPAC merger a genius idea or a cry for help? It's not just Bezos and Musk muscling in on the satellite internet space race. Cowboy 4 review, an e-bike delicious enough to eat. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Why uncertainty makes us change our behavior, even when we shouldn't. Collisions of light produce matter-antimatter from pure energy. More tolerant primates have a greater need to communicate vocally, new study shows. Astronomers discover how to feed a black hole. Older adults are happier when space matches personality. Adapting routes to a hotter planet could ease pressure on food supply. Planetary scientist puts Mars Lake theory on ice with new study that offers alternate explanation. Ancient, newly identified mammoth weevil used huge trunk to fight for mates. Second-hand marijuana smoke exposure associated with respiratory infections in children. Weird, noodle-shaped amphibians known as caecilians found in South Florida Canal. The next headlines are from Information Week. Should you trust low-code, no-code for mission-critical applications? Don't lose IT employees during the Great Resignation. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, July 30th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA's 10 Space Apps Challenge increases global participation. NASA invites media to International Space Station update. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah Jazz draft Baylor's Jerry Butler after trading out of first round. Much of southern Utah under flash flood warnings. Utah farm draws a rare breed, the American Shepherd. Bagley cartoon, look for the helpers. Utah's number of new COVID-19 cases soars to 1,113. It's the highest daily count since mid-February. Mexican hat, small town is a gateway to some big natural sights. This Utah dietitian won a national award for solving the what's for dinner dilemma. Downtown taco carts bounce back. Of course we can, the Utah Shakespeare Festival goes all in for its 2021 season. Zach Wilson reportedly signs rookie contract and will appear at New York Jets camp. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Entire buildings can be wrapped in jackets to save energy. Estonia says a hacker downloaded 286,000 ID photos from government database. Mexico says officials spent $61 million on Pegasus spyware. Playdate, the console with a crank, will not ship until 2022. International Space Station briefly loses control after new Russian module misfires. Tesla battery supplier CATL debuts cheaper sodium-ion batteries. The European Union pulls ahead of the United States in vaccinations. Google bans sugar daddy apps from Play Store. 48 advocacy groups call on the FTC to ban Amazon surveillance. Weightlifting, an original Olympic sport, may be dropped. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Annual cicadas are here in St. Louis region, larger ones expected in 2024. Parkway parents excited about 5-day-a-week in-person learning. 2 people shot Thursday night in St. Louis, both in stable condition. Missouri governor credits vaccine incentive program for increasing daily vaccine numbers. I take great pride in serving the city of St. Louis, Mayor Tishora Jones reflects on first 100 days in office. Endangered advisory issued for missing 65-year-old woman, last seen in Sullivan Thursday. Longtime Fox 2 anchor Sandy Miller retiring after 25 years in television. Biden announces new federal employee vaccine mandate. Senator Hawley says move encourages vaccine hesitancy. St. Louis County Health Director says he was assaulted, called racial slurs. Missouri case numbers on pace for 215% increase from June to July. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox. San Diego Padres trade for veteran Nationals pitcher Daniel Hudson. Reigning BMX gold medalist Connor Fields stretchered off. Woman charged in caught on-camera bear encounter at Yellowstone National Park. DUI homicide team investigates crash into office that killed employee. Ex-Qualcomm employee admits to filing false tax return in Chabad scheme. San Diego County sees boost in vaccinations amid surge in cases. Another snow leopard at San Diego Zoo suspected positive for COVID-19. Man accused of carrying daughter into elephant enclosure denies charges. Navy, sailor suspected of starting fire that destroyed ship on San Diego Bay. San Diego County Sheriff won't seek re-election for fourth term. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Japanese gymnast targeted by Chinese trolls after Olympic win. Delta variant fuels 171 COVID-19 cases in Nanjing, tests China's zero-tolerance virus policy. What lifting people out of poverty actually means in China. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, July 30th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Pedestrian fatally struck by car in San Jose. Dine and Dish, Truffle Shuffle gives cooking demos on Zoom. Korean-American dry cleaner search for COVID help. CDC recommends COVID testing after exposure, even if vaccinated. Bay Area bars and restaurants requiring proof of COVID vaccinations. Oakland Fruitville ambassadors to continue educating community about vaccine. San Francisco considers mask mandate. Santa Clara County has one of highest vaccination rates in U.S. Survey, Californians show increasing concern over water supply, drought. COVID safety measures, Bay Area schools prepare ahead of New Year. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Cubs deal Rizzo to Yanks, but he says Chicago will always be home. Pistons add top pick Cade Cunningham to youth movement. Washington Wizards take Zach's Corey Kispert with 15th pick. Guillaume Cesar's lifts U.S. over Qatar 1-0, into Gold Cup final. Stanford's Zaire Williams heading to Grizzlies at number 10. China's Diddy denies report of plan to buy back shares. Yet another truck strikes roof of Long Grove Bridge. New police chiefs rose through the ranks in Libertyville and Lake Via. 53 winners of pot shop license lottery announced. Illinois sees highest single-day vaccination total since June. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. New two-way walking, biking path coming to Seattle's W. Green Lake Way end this fall. Report, nearly half of 911 calls to Seattle police don't need officer response. Crazy, kooky Washington roadside attractions to visit this summer. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 33 km, in south of Alaska July 30, 2021, 3:50 to UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Greece, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Burkina Faso, Benin, Côte d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Ghana, Niger, Nigeria, Togo. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Burundi, Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, July 30th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Scarlett Johansson suing Disney over Black Widow streaming release. 13 investigates, Houston denies benefits for firefighter who died of cancer. Jill Biden gets medical procedure on foot after Hawaii visit. Arthur to end at PBS Kids after 25 years. Vaccine delivery, Harris Company program is doing that for qualifying patients. 7-month-old found in stolen vehicle recovered in Southwest Houston. NBA draft on ABC 13, Houston Rockets use second pick on 19-year-old who skipped college. One dead in shooting involved barricaded suspect in Katy area, HCSO says. TikTok star on life support after California movie theater shooting that killed friend. Houston St. Arnold Brewery to offer free monthly Spanish-speaking tours. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. USA wrestler Gable Steveson signs no deal with Kill Cliff. In effort to curb COVID, Tokyo Olympics collect lots of spit. PG&E could face criminal charges over deadly California fire. Olympics latest, 27 new COVID-19 cases, including 3 athletes. States race to use COVID-19 vaccines before they expire. Kim stresses military preparations ahead of US Korea drills. Asian shares lower after Wall Street rebound on US growth data. East leading Red Sox get Schwarber in trade with Nats. Pacers add depth by taking Oregon's Chris Duarte at number 13. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. New York City Council puts new limits on food delivery apps. New bill would mandate smaller classes in NYC public schools. Extra, how do you watch the Olympics? Vessel closed to public after 14-year-old jumps to death. More NYC businesses and restaurants will require vaccinations of employees and customers. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Early edition, RIP infomercial legend Ronronco Popeo. Celebrity sommelier arrested for allegedly setting fire to outdoor dining structures. Wegmans to open at former Astor Place Kmart location. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Dr. Congo, Itri, fleeing war, weaving life in IDP camps of Bunia. Alarming crisis of impunity for crimes against journalists in DRC. From electric dreams to supercharged reality, the road race to a clean energy future. First person, I'm not old enough to be a woman, says traffic teen. COVID-19 vaccine shipments boost for Africa. Kenya's huge railway project is causing environmental damage. Hey race how? Yemen, new World Bank funds offer lifeline to most vulnerable. Witchcraft killings of people with albinism have risen during the COVID-19 pandemic, says UN expert. Human trafficking, UN chief calls for action as COVID leaves many millions more vulnerable. Countries urged to develop pandemic preparedness and response treaty. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. NYC to offer $100 incentive for vaccination starting Friday. Biden is not ending the forever wars, he is preparing the path to new ones. Ecuador abruptly revokes Julian Assange's citizenship on suspicions of fraud. Millions protest vaccine passports across Europe. Read drone whistleblower Daniel Hale's riveting letter to judge describing why he came to violate the Espionage Act. Syrian insurgents guilty of Red Line 2013 sarin chemical attack, study finds. More cowbell, Federal Reserve officials decide that more inflation is the answer. Prepare now, global supply chains at risk. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Olympic sponsors praise Simone Biles after withdrawal. Biden orders tough new vaccination rules for federal workers. Conspiracy theories take flight at Denver airport. Did Lil Nas X release an uncensored version of Industry Baby music video? Scarlett Johansson sues Disney over Black Widow release. Does this X-ray show a gymnast performing a trick? Has Harvard University launched a project to search for extraterrestrial life? German federal court sides with LinkedIn Gold Bunny battle. American gymnast Suna Ali takes Olympic gold. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Republicans shaky, no evidence attempt to cast blame on Pelosi for January 6. A guide to the CDC's updated mask recommendations. Flawed variant information fuels baseless COVID-19 theory. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Another terrible week for terrible human being Tucker Carlson. Nigerian Gov staff forced to take secrecy oath after Daily Beast reveals president's Twitter meltdown. Christian summer camp turns into nationwide super spreader nightmare. Biden defends new vaccine requirement for federal workers. White House balks on federal vaccine mandate, it's a lot like Fox company policy, actually. Billionaire developer mulls closing NYC tourist hotspot after 14-year-old leaps to his death. Little Devils, Olympic loss spurs China-Japan blood feud. Renowned 92-year-old sculptor killed by 26-year-old female roommate, cops. Meghan McCain weighs in on nepotism, my work ethic speaks for itself. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Pete Alonso's mammoth Mets home run put him in rare company. James Bouknight makes vow to Hornets after falling in NBA draft. Ex-Trump official, matter of time before unvaccinated contract Delta variant. Seton Hall Sandro Mamukelashvili drafted by Bucks in second round. Man busted for frightening attack on 11-year-old girl in Queens Alley. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week. Saturn reaches opposition. A deluge of blinking lights is changing how astronomers work. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Climate change may be driving sharks to northern shores. New Russian lab briefly knocks space station askew. Officials push COVID vaccinations as CDC predicts a rise in cases and hospitalizations. Farmers face excessive heat exposure due to climate change. CDC Director Rochelle Walensky on new indoor mask guidelines, what it means for schools and students. CDC walks back COVID mask guidance as the unvaccinated fuel surge in cases. Researchers say more contagious COVID variants are on the horizon. States reimpose COVID-19 mandates to combat Delta variant. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Stanford astronomers discover light from back of black hole for first time. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Simone Biles responds to critics, opens up about mental health in Instagram story. Georgia teen dies after being struck by lightning on Florida beach. Pilot near Los Angeles reports possible jetpack man. AstraZeneca to seek full regulatory approval for COVID vaccine by end of 2021. Utah toddler found dead inside a toy chest. Congress passes bill to fund capital security, Afghan visas. London tourist attraction falls flat as supposedly stunning man-made hill gets panned as pile of mud. 3 Americans generate enough carbon emissions to kill 1 person. Defrocked Cardinal Theodore McCarrick criminally charged with sexual assault of teen nearly 50 years ago. Wu-Tang Clan legends Raekwon, Ghostface Killah 2 headline Staten Island homecoming gig, de Blasio. The following headlines are from military.com. Lawmakers move to protect pilots from ejection seat problems. Biden orders military to move toward mandatory COVID vaccine. Navy charges sailor with setting fire that destroyed USS Bonhomme Richard. Congress passes emergency capital security money, Afghan aid. Congress poised to pass capital security money, Afghan aid. Families of 9 troops killed in amphibious vehicle to sue. Cavalry not horsing around with mismanufactured patches. Can you spot the error? You can forgive yourself. Molly helps vets with PTSD, new study says. After U.S. withdrawal, can Afghan Air Force keep planes flying? Bill proposes LGBTQ Veterans Advisory Committee at VA. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. A Chicago drag legend celebrates his 80th birthday with showgirls, sequins and a few hundred of his closest friends. He's iconic and everybody knows it. Lollapalooza 2021, Twitter reports from day one. Illinois announces winners of 55 marijuana store licenses, but judge delays awarding them amid lawsuit challenging process. Lollapalooza opens in Chicago, scenes from day one from the entrance to the T-Mobile stage. Chicago will get elected school board after Illinois governor signs long-sought measure over opposition for Mayor Lori Lightfoot. DuPage's substantial increase in COVID-19 case puts it on CDC's indoor masking list with Will County. As Lollapalooza begins, Cook County added to indoor masking advisory for substantial COVID-19 spread. Illinois mandates masks in all state buildings. This is the definition of violence right here, judge tells teen held on $500K bond in concealed carry shootout. Campton Hills man who says he mistook mom for intruder and beat her to death admits to involuntary manslaughter. No ransom paid, but hacker attack costs Illinois AG office more than $2.5 million, says Kwame Raoul. The following headlines are from FIS.org. First academic research paper co-published on Instagram shows legacy of one of Algeria's most influential modern artists. Researchers propose a method of magnetizing a material without applying an external magnetic field. Ecologist uses statistics to reveal importance of climate change in controlling deep-sea biodiversity. Researchers find La Niña increases carbon export from Amazon River. Aerosols add a new wrinkle to climate change in the tropical Pacific Ocean. Researchers demonstrate the effectiveness of EDMA in the calculation of marine biodiversity. Liquid core fibers, a data river runs through them. A new spin on planet formation mysteries. Team identifies hormonal control loop that balances rest and activity. Climate change to fuel increase in human-wildlife conflict. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, July 30th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. The search for alien artifacts begins. Why alone time carries a stigma, even if it feels great. This cyclic model of the universe has cosmologists rethinking the Big Bang. 5 Best CBD Cream for Pain. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Busy Nationals deal reliever Daniel Hudson to San Diego. Lakers take Jackson in first round before trading him. Champion Bucks trade down, get 2 forwards late in second round. Musgrove fans 11 in 7 scoreless innings, Padres beat Rockies. Toyota led on clean cars, now critics say it works to delay them. Montes record 10 strikeouts, Athletics beat Angels 4-0. AP Week in Pictures, Asia. Blazers acquire rights to Texas forward Greg Brown. French heavyweight judo star Teddy Riner won't win third gold. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Pedestrian hit and killed by vehicle in San Jose. Cal Olympian Ryan Murphy, swimming has a drug problem. 3 arrested in connection with Sunnyvale carjacking. Rodeo, to alarm fire burns homes. What happened to the Interstate 80 San Pablo Dam Road project, roadshow. Kurtenbach, with Kuminga selection, the Warriors bet big on themselves. NBA draft, Stanford's Zaire Williams goes number 10 to Grizzlies in trade. Report, CDC says Delta spreads as easily as chickenpox. A.G. Garland threatens to sue Texas over migrant order. Prominent Bay Area activist sentenced to 15 years to life for murder. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Carl Levin dies at 87. Rhode Island School District fights to keep critical race theory meetings private. Robert Woodson to retire as president of Woodson Center after 40 years. Joe Biden backs adding amnesty into Democrats' budget bill. Senate Dems rush $1.2 trillion infrastructure package after GOP helps them clear filibuster hurdle. Congress approves emergency spending to repay National Guard, Capitol Police for January 6 riot expense. Jill Biden gets foot injury treated at Walter Reed. Russian court sentences Jehovah's Witnesses to 6 years in jail. Sailor charged in USS Bonhomme Richard U.S. Navy warship fire. Joe Biden orders federal workers to get vaccinated or face testing, masks. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Central Intelligence Agency drove spike in media leak investigation requests under Trump. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, July 30th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Horoscope for Friday, July 30th, 2021. Bulls play long game, grab hometown kid Aodra Sunmu. 53 pot shop lottery winners announced, including some new players, some with deep ties to existing industry. Rep. Mary Miller joins Freedom Caucus call to punish her Illinois GOP colleague, Rep. Adam Kinzinger. Chicago gets elected school board, Pritzker signs bill opposed by Lightfoot, looks forward to ongoing conversations with her. Cheney, Kinzinger should have stood up for the truth sooner. City to cite General Irons owner after building collapse. Everything you need to know about Lollapalooza 2021. Lollapalooza 2021, Day 1 photo highlights. Lightfoot takes Lollapalooza stage, thank you for masking up and vaxing up. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Mizoram bunkers, Assam build up on border worsen northeast situation. Symptoms of COVID which take the longest time to resolve. Live, CBSE Class 12th results today at 2 p.m. Everything you need to know about boxer Lovelina Borgohain. Nothing Ear, 1, Review, A Different Beat. India needs to grow 8-10% to reach pre-pandemic levels. After Airtel, Vodafone Idea is warning its 27 crore plus users. Viacom at 6, how CBI picked 300 suspects pictures from pile of 18 lakh. Here's one market that Apple took 3 years to crack. In dry Gujarat, 4.3% of adult population alcoholic, government data. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, July 30th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Simone Biles owes us nothing at the Olympics. Things to do, listen to Fighting Words by Ellen Foley. Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this summer 2021. Disengaged Deshaun Watson is biggest story at Texans camp. Best bets the week of July 29 August 4th, 2021. The next headlines are about world records making news. Olympics 2021 live updates. USA Women's Hoops extends win streak. Tatiana Schoenmaker sets swimming world record. Track and field begins. ESPN. Explainer, the difference between world records and Olympic records. NBC Chicago. U.S. swimmers Lily King, Annie Lautzauer celebrate medals. World record broken by Tatiana Schoenmaker. USA Today. Olympics 2021 live updates. Swimmer Tatiana Schoenmaker sets world record. Team USA takes to the track. USA Women's Hoops pursues perfection. ESPN. Tatiana Schoenmaker breaks 200 breaststroke world record. King, Lautzauer win medals. KTVZ. South African sets first individual swim world record in Tokyo. ABC 12 News. South Africa's Tatiana Schoenmaker sets world record with blistering 200 breaststroke. American Lily King takes silver 47 ABC, WMDT. Tatiana Schoenmaker sets world record to win gold in 200-meter breaststroke. ESPN. Swimming Day 7 Roundup, first swimming world record falls. NBC Olympics. Define the odds, 9-year-old Louisville girl latest U.S. world record holder, WLKY Louisville. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. AMD's most affordable 6000 series GPU is here to level up 1080p gaming. It's once again time to hopelessly dream about Doctor Who's next Doctor. Corporate America is building its own surveillance state. Will the FTC stop it? A Waterworld TV show is in the works. Spock's famous gesture imagined like never before in this Star Trek time-lapse. An emerging tick-borne disease is gaining steam in New York. Here are the 5 major regions literally on fire right now. Woman with only known tape of J.D. Salinger voice says she'll have it cremated with her. World's most powerful tidal turbine starts cranking out energy. 49 new sci-fi and fantasy books to keep you turning pages in August. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? Oops, unable to retrieve the temperature data. Check back later. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Russian module suddenly fires thrusters after docking with space station. This 3D printed soft robotic hand be the first level of Super Mario Bros. Facebook's next hardware product will be smart Ray-Ban glasses. Second lab worker with deadly prion disease prompts research pause in France. Forget app tracking transparency, Facebook is enjoying more ad revenue than ever. Putting the PS5's 10 million sales in context. Over half the deer in Michigan seem to have been exposed to SARS-CoV-2. How one game's delisting pokes a hole in the Xbox Game Pass promise. On Earth, things evolve into crabs. Could the same be true in space? PS5 gets high-speed M.2 SSD storage support in new beta system software. The following headlines are from Raw Story. U.S. condemns harassment of foreign journalists covering fatal floods in China. Here's how Kevin McCarthy and Mitch McConnell are diverging on Donald Trump. Pentagon to order service members comply with Biden federal employee vaccination requirements, report. Watch, MyPillow CEO throws epic tantrum after Fox News refuses to air his election conspiracy ads. I'm embarrassed for Colorado, hospital CEO in Lauren Boebert's district trashes her COVID response. Trump smears Capitol cops with misogynistic slur, report. MAGA rioter bragged that breaking into Pelosi's office was best day of his life to co-workers, feds. Mike Lindell yanks MyPillow ads from Fox News because network won't air his bogus election claims, WSJ. Pelosi has a hammer over Mo Brooks's head on Capitol riot investigation, former prosecutor. California MAGA rioter nabbed by feds after his own church prayer group turns him in. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. GOP could retake the House in 2022 just by gerrymandering 4 southern states. What's the true cost of shipping all your junk across the ocean? Trump weaponized COVID concerns against migrants. Families are still being brutalized by the policy. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Ask Ethan, what danger is there in actively searching for intelligent aliens? Forbes. Earthlings ponder the possibilities of extraterrestrial life. KFYR-TV. Astrophysicist assembling a team to search for extraterrestrial life. Madison.com. York University researchers say clay, not water, may be the cause of radar reflections on Mars. CTV News. Breakthrough Listen is searching 1 million stars for one sign of intelligent life. IEEE Spectrum. $100 million Breakthrough Listen initiative starts searching for ET. IEEE Spectrum. Space and Physics: The Human Framework for Alien Life. Scientific American. Harvard's Avi Loeb thinks we should study UFOs, and he's not wrong. Scientific American. What happened on July 29, 2021? Quartz Daily Brief. Quartz. Little appetite in Japan to search for ET following US UFO report. The Asahi Shimbun. Breaking news, Japan News and Analysis, Asahi Shimbun. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Chronic illness cost this former Dallas Museum director her career. Embracing novelty gave her new life. Texas Monthly. Editor's Choice, Science Magazine. Electroacupuncture for cerebral ischemia injury in rats and DT, Dove Medical Press. Brain implants and wearables let paralyzed people move again. IEEE Spectrum. BGU's Negev lab is bringing stroke rehab into the future. The Jerusalem Post. Exosomal microRNAs in post-operative sleep disturbance NSS, Dove Medical Press. Dorsal column spinal cord stimulation on neuroinflammation JPR, Dove Medical Press. Neuroplasticity, how to help your child develop a growth mindset, News 24. This one exercise is the closest thing to a fountain of youth, says expert. Eat this, not that, eat this, not that. Scientists found a way to reverse age-related memory loss, intelligent living. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, July 30th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Central Intelligence Agency conducted mind control tests up to 1972. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, July 30th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.